Oh, we got Yannetti now. Mark my words, folks. I predict in the second trial.
You wanted to make sure that somebody couldn't put that SIM card in their phone and potentially access your data, correct?
No, that wouldn't be the reason why.
Really?
And then you put both the destroyed SIM card and the phone itself, which were in a trash bag, into a dumpster on that military base, did you not?
I believe that's what I did, yes.
Oh, that's a gotcha moment. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up, It's the Law. I am very sad and humbled to report that after watching the Brian Higgins series and recording it, and here we are in episode 11, part 11 of Brian Higgins' testimony, I am very disappointed to report that I am no longer subscribed to the Free Karen Read movement. I am now subscribing to the Free Karen Read Now movement. Let's go!
And Mr. Yannetti, you'll be taking over?
I will, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh, we got Yannetti now. Yannetti is going to continue the cross-examination of Brian Higgins.
Sir, you provided to investigators what you claim were the complete text exchanges between yourself and Karen Read and yourself and John O'Keefe, correct?
What I provided was the complete, I let them know that it was a complete exchange between myself and the defendant, and I said that I may have had other text strings at other times with Mr. O'Keefe.
Oh, notice the backtracking, the making sure that, oh, by the way, I provided all of that, but there may be some other stuff.
I'm going to proceed to ask you a series of questions which call for a yes or no answer. Can we agree that you'll answer yes or no to those questions?
If I can answer yes or no to the best of my ability.
Bev was like, never mind. Actually, that's cross-examination. I guess I can't do anything. She wanted to do something. You could clearly tell, but she knows that she couldn't. She tried. You saw her move the microphone. We all saw that.
To the best of my ability, I will.
All right, I'm going to keep the questioning very simple, sir, okay? You did not provide to investigators any other text messages between you and anyone else.
That's correct.
In September of 2022, you were served with a preservation order for your phone, were you not?
Yes.
After September of 2022, you never received anything in writing that canceled or lifted that preservation order, correct?
That's correct.
After September of 2022,
Sirens are back.
you made the decision to dispose of your phone without consulting anybody about the decision to throw out your phone, correct?
So remember this? Remember this moment? I want to hear it again. I want to play it again because I interrupted.
September of 2022, you made the decision to dispose of your phone without consulting anybody about the decision to throw out your phone, correct?
Yes.
Before you threw the phone away, you did a factory reset of it, did you not?
No, I did not.
Well, you've previously testified that you testified in another proceeding on June 1st, correct, of 2023?
Yes.
Prior to that June 1st testimony, you met with some people and gave a statement on May 5th of 2023, did you not?
I did meet with them. I don't know if that was the date.
Okay. It was prior to June, correct?
Yes.
All right. May 5th doesn't sound wildly inaccurate, does it?
No.
And when you met with those people on or about May 5th, we'll say, or whatever date it was prior to June 1st of 2023, you told them that you did a factory reset of your phone ending in 5421. Did you not?
I don't recall that. No. I don't recall making that statement.
You don't recall what you said about the factory reset during that interview, we'll call it, in May of 2023, correct?
That's correct.
Gotcha.
Approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Oh, that's a gotcha moment. I never performed. Just admit you did a factory reset, man, so we can move on. But now you look like a liar even more to the jury. What are you doing, man? What a dumbass. If he has already testified to this, If he has already said previously, and there's a transcript of the recording of him saying it, I performed a factory reset before I destroyed my phone. Why now backtrack on those words? That's called impeachment. That's what Yannetti is doing right now. This is the kind of stuff we're going to see in the second trial, and it's going to be rampant. I predict, mark my words, folks, I predict in the second trial, the likes of Brian Higgins, Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert, Colin Albert, Matthew McCabe, since Allie McCabe is not going to get called, that's not going to happen. But the big players, all the Alberts, all of the McCabes and Higgins, at the very least, including Proctor and Trooper Paul and Trooper Buchanan, there is going to be so much discrepancy. Somebody in the comments, by the way, on one of the previous videos, I can't remember which one in this series, has commented and said, Jennifer McCabe, the ringleader, they called her, is now, as we speak, having a powwow with all, like they're gathering probably every night at her home, making sure they got their story straight. And I read that comment and I was like, it's not just likely, it's more than probable. It's more than likely. It's probably happening. Yeah. I mean, what a disaster the second trial is going to be for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Having read that document, sir, does that refresh your memory about telling those people in May of 2023 that you did do a factory reset of your phone?
That's not accurate. I did not tell them that. And I also didn't tell them that I saved texts with my father.
All right. So your testimony is that they got it wrong, correct?
My testimony is I didn't make those statements.
Your testimony is that they got it wrong, yes or no?
Objection.
Sustained.
Well, in any case, you took the SIM card out of your phone, correct?
No, what I testified to was that it's...
Did you take the SIM card out of your phone, yes or no?
I don't know.
Did you testify that that's what you do when you get rid of phones, sir?
What I said was that might have been the extent of it if I was to have done that.
And you either cut up the SIM card or ripped it up, correct?
I believe what I testified to was
I'm
I
not
would
asking
have...
you what you testified to. I'm asking you today, did you either cut up the SIM card or rip it up?
cut it up or broke it.
Okay, this is huge. Notice how Yannetti is gaining control of the witness. He started out with, can you answer yes or no? I will try to the best of my ability. Anytime Higgins is trying to throw something in, something extra, something more, something to add, Yannetti pulls him back and says, sir, it's a yes or no question. Now, sometimes he's going to get objected to because maybe the question cannot be answered yes or no. He's going to answer I don't know or whatever. That's fine. Lally is free to, it's called rehabilitating the witness. It's a term of art. It's a legal term. Rehabilitating the witness simply means on redirect examination, Lally is going to get back up there and say, okay, Mr. Higgins, on cross-examination, we heard XYZ. Can you please clarify to the jury what exactly did you mean? What exactly happened? Yada. And that's when Higgins can start, whatever pre-memorized script that he has in his mind, and he can start relaying that to the jury, okay? The problem for Higgins is right now he's on cross, and he doesn't have that luxury because each time he's going to try, Yannetti is just going to put an X on it and say, no, sir. I am asking you a very simple question. Can you answer yes or no? And then Higgins is going to be like, well, and that's what Yannetti is going for. He's going for the gullet. Notice how Alan Jackson and him kind of traded places. Yannetti was like, listen, I know you're tired after yesterday, probably, I imagine, between days 17 and 18 of the trial, because I think it was in the same week that Higgins testified. It was at the end of May, if I remember correctly. Yannetti was like, listen, I got this. Let me just take it from here. And Jackson was like, okay, sure. And they traded spots, I think actually Alan Jackson is not even sitting at counsel table. He was probably doing something else that day. So maybe that was it. I don't know. I wasn't there for that portion of the testimony. The point is, this is where Higgins is really in trouble. This is where Higgins is really about to get it. Let's continue.
And you will agree with me that cutting up or breaking the SIM card destroys the SIM card, does it not?
The card itself, yes.
That would have been the purpose in terms of cutting it up or ripping it.
And notice how he can't even answer just yes. The card itself, yes. Like he wants to continue adding more because it dilutes his answer. If he just says yes, and he doesn't want to. He also it's an ego thing. He doesn't just want to acquiesce to Yannetti's yes, no, no, yes, no, no, yes, no. He wants to be like, well, my stuff, yes, my stuff, maybe, my stuff, no. Like it's a hallmark of a man who is being dishonest. Period. The end.
To destroy it, correct?
Well, so nobody else could use the phone.
Well, that was my next question. But
In another phone.
But the purpose of cutting up or ripping up or the SIM card is to destroy the SIM card, is it not?
Yes.
And you wanted to make sure that somebody couldn't put that SIM card in their phone and potentially access your data, correct?
No, that wouldn't be the reason why.
Okay.
Really?
Well,
Do tell, sir.
we already talked about the fact that you testified under oath on June 1st of 2023, correct?
Yes.
And you were under oath when you were testifying on June 1st of 2023, correct?
Yes.
You swore to tell the truth.
Yes.
You raised your right hand.
That's correct.
And June of 2023, June 1st of 2023, was about a year ago, correct?
Yes.
Notice the breakdown. You raised your right hand. Not just saying you were under oath is not enough. You got to get the visual out there. You got to paint the story. You raised your right hand. You swore to tell the truth. Therefore, you were under oath. Yes, yes, yes. Good stuff. Excellent stuff. I love this. Absolutely love this. Yannetti's on fire.
It was about a year closer to your throwing your phone away, correct?
Yes.
And in that testimony that you gave in June 1st of 2023, did you say the following, quote, I made sure that somebody couldn't put it in their phone?
Yes, I did say that.
So why are you denying it now?
In fact, by
And the pregnant pause, by the way, is for the jury to digest that information because that's a big one. It's a discrepancy. He's lying.
either cutting up or ripping up your SIM card, you also knew that that SIM card couldn't be put back in your phone either, correct?
Yeah, I believe that would be correct.
And you'll agree with me that you took that destroyed SIM card and put it in a trash bag, did you not?
I believe it went in a trash bag, yes.
Well, you used the passive voice. It went in a trash bag. Did it fly out of your hand unexpectedly into a trash bag, sir?
No, sir. It would have been disposed of with the phone.
No, I understand. But are you reluctant to say that you put it in a trash bag, sir?
Objection.
Can you answer that? Are you reluctant to say that?
No, Your Honor, I put it in a trash bag.
There you go.
Oh, with my
And
trash.
then you also took your phone, now without the SIM card, and you put that in the trash bag too, did you not?
Yes, sir.
Then you drove to a military base and you threw both the destroyed SIM card and the phone into a dumpster, did you not?
Well, I was cutting through the base, and I believe how I testified
Did you drive
was
to a military base, sir?
I was cutting through a base.
Just
Yes,
Did you
answer the
drive to
question.
it?
yes sir.
And then you put both the destroyed SIM card and the phone itself, which were in a trash bag, into a dumpster on that military base, did you not?
I believe that's what I did, yes.
And as you were driving away, you knew that that destroyed SIM card and the phone would be gone forever, correct?
Yes, I threw it away.
And before you drove away, you did not transfer anything from your old phone to the new phone, correct?
That's correct.
You lost all of your photos on that phone, did you not?
Whatever photos I had on there, I did, yes.
You lost all your videos on that phone, did you not?
To the extent if I had any.
You lost all of your other text messages besides the ones that you had with Karen Reed and John O'Keefe, correct?
That's correct.
And you knew that you did have text messages on that old phone with Kevin Albert.
He's a friend, most likely.
You also had text messages on your phone with Nicole Albert.
Most likely, yes.
And you had text messages on your phone with Brian Albert.
Yes.
It was important to you that no one see those text exchanges that you had with those three members of the Albert family.
Objection.
I'll let him have it.
I will let
No,
him.
sir, that's not true.
You took no steps to preserve those text messages, did you?
That's correct.
You did not ask your friend Matt Kelch, the agent, to help you extract those text messages, did you?
That's correct.
So I cherry picked the exact messages I wanted to relay to the FBI because I'm a law enforcement agent. I'm an ATF special agent. I am going to be perceived as a buddy and a friend. So when I hand over everything and I say that's everything, they're going to trust my word because we've got camaraderie. Thin blue line all the way. Right, Higgins? And then I destroyed the phone so nobody will ever know what exactly was on it. Only what I wanted to spoon feed to the FBI. The rest, gone.
And when you went to that machine, you did not extract them yourself, did you?
He walked me through it. I did do the extraction.
You did not extract the three strands of text messages with Nicole Albert, Kevin Albert, and Brian Albert to preserve from that machine, did you not?
No, I did not extract those.
So the only place you knew they existed was on your old phone, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
The same phone that you put into a dumpster on a military base with a SIM card removed from the phone and destroyed, correct?
Well, I did throw the SIM card and the phone on the military base.
Right, and the SIM card was destroyed. You've already testified to that.
I said to the extent of if I did that, I would have done that.
And we're talking about the actual phone that would have had your text messages, again, with Brian, Nicole, and Kevin Albert, correct?
Yes, because the motion was denied.
Well, you've already testified, sir, earlier that you never received anything in writing that either canceled or lifted the initial preservation order, correct?
Yep.
That is correct.
So you're in violation of it.
You knew when you were throwing that phone and the destroyed SIM card in the dumpster that from that day forward, no one would ever be able to access the content of what you and Brian Albert had discussed by text messages on your old phone, correct?
Anybody.
I have nothing further.
Mr. Lally?
Wow. Wow. Unbelievable stuff, folks. Unbelievable. There is a recross. So after Lally does his redirect, we have a recross by David Yannetti. So let's dive into that one before we conclude part 11 and we conclude the Brian Higgins series.
Sir, you testified that a prime motivator of you to get rid of your phone was a July 22nd call from a target of an investigation that you were working on.
I never said it was a prime motivator.
Was it a prime motivator?
No, what I testified to was the phone number was what I was concerned about primarily.
Right.
Didn't have anything to do with the phone.
Okay. You did not change your phone number on July 22nd, correct?
July of 2022? Is that what you mean?
The date that you received a call, supposedly, from a target of an investigation you were working on was July 22nd of which year?
So it was, I believe it was July 25th of 2022.
July
I was so
25th.
concerned that I reported it to my supervisor.
Right, but you did not change your phone number after that for quite a while, correct?
I believe it was September.
Okay. So for those months, you kept the same phone number and kept the same phone, correct?
I did.
And September happened to be the month that you received the preservation order from this court, correct?
September of 22, yes.
Right. Now, with regard to the text exchanges that you had with Karen Reed, you testified that you were embarrassed about them.
I wasn't proud of them.
I think your word was embarrassed, correct?
I can agree to that. That's fair.
Well, you already testified to that, right?
I believe that
About
might have
5
been
minutes ago?
might have been a word I used, yes.
And
He is so stressed he doesn't remember what he said 5 minutes ago. Think about that for a second. This is the next day of testimony, so he's not exhausted from like testifying all day. He probably has not slept, if I were a betting man. Unless he like took some really, really serious drugs to knock him out and put him to sleep. Just my opinion.
also explained that you would keep things like that to yourself, correct?
That could be something, yes.
However, you would also agree with me that while they were going on, you told your boss about that text exchange, correct?
Well, I told her about the kiss.
Do you deny telling your boss about the texting that you were doing with Karen Reed?
I don't know if I specifically recall that, no.
But you don't deny it, sir, correct?
It's possible that I told her about that. I'm not going to deny it.
All right. And in any case, those text exchanges were preserved. You preserved those before disposing of your phone, correct?
Correct.
And with regard to the other text exchanges that you did not preserve with the Alberts, including Brian Albert, are you familiar with the term consciousness of guilt, Mr. Higgins?
The objection system.
Consciousness of guilt. My prosecutors in my DUI cases love using that term. It's when you refuse the breath test and they're like, well, you knew you were guilty. That's why you didn't take a breath test, did you? Same thing here. You knew that you're guilty of something and you just didn't want to.
With regard to the date that you changed phone numbers on your phone, you would agree with me that was September 29th of 2022?
When I actually changed the phone number?
That's what I just asked.
Yes, I also got a new phone, yes.
Okay. September 29th of 2022, you changed your phone number and got a new phone. And then September 30th, the next day, you were served with the preservation order, correct?
I got the preservation order on the 30th. That's correct.
Wow, folks. Absolutely wow. I am so glad that we are finally concluding the Brian Higgins series as we continue to approach trial number 2 of Karen Reed. Again, I keep reiterating this. It's the gift that keeps on giving, but we don't want it to. This woman has been through hell, and the government just will not stop. They now have big guns, or so they think. Big guns in the sense of that he is the biggest gaslighter I have ever seen in my life. Hank Brennan prosecuting her, special prosecutor assigned to the case with McLaughlin, I think that's her name, and Lally second chairing. I mean, the team just keeps growing, unfortunately. But so is the defense team. We got Alessi. He argued on March 18th, was the most recent one, I think, before the trial. We are 2 weeks away at the time of this recording. It's probably going to be about a week away at the time this video premieres from the next trial. And in the meantime, we're going to continue with the series. I have Yuri Buchanan, or Yuri Bukaki, as we like to call him, in the hopper. That's coming up next. I also have some more videos for you. I'm going to make a video. This actually may premiere before or after this video premieres. I don't know which order they're going to come out in, but the corruption of Auntie Bev, or Honorable Beverly Cannoni. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.